Welcome back. This is Chile Davis, and I'm here to do another video. And today's topic is 3 keys to real estate, and I'm going to cover them very quickly. And I want to welcome to all my new viewers. Thank you for stopping by. Please click the like and subscribe, and click the notification for the updates. And so, welcome back to all my subscribers. So thank you for stopping by. So today's video is about the 3 keys to real estate. If you want to become a real estate owner, own property other than just living in the property. This video is about to break down the details of what it takes to own rental property or a rental property that you then go ahead and Airbnb. So what does it take to become, to leverage your assets to become a real estate owner for rental properties or other purposes? So I've got 3 keys here, and we're going to talk about them. So, excuse me. The first key is you. This key is that, you've got a good outlook on life, a good business mindset, and you can think long-term. So this is you. You're pretty happy. You're a new consumer. You just landed your first job. So that's you. And that's you plus your $50,000 income. Now, what does that mean? At this point, this is you. You're a happy person, and you have at least a $50,000 year income. You become an asset. So this is what you look like on paper. To most people that you do business with. So here you are, plus your $50,000 income, you become an asset. Now, what does that mean? An asset is something that appreciates over time. So, when you just get out of high school, you're worth, let's say $10 an hour, which equates to $20,000 a year. And, over a year or two, you build up some skills, you're worth maybe $15 an hour, or you're worth $30,000 a year. Now, this is the sad part, is in America, with most people, they only become that much worth because they don't have knowledge. So knowledge is what makes the difference between this average Joe and him or her making $50,000 a year. It's just a little bit different. It's that 2 years in college. It's that 2 years in trade school. It's that 2 years or 4 years in the Air Force, or 2 years or 4 years in the armed services. That's it. That's what makes the difference between you and this average income, above average income. Actually, $50,000 a year is pretty good in America. So once you do that, you get this $50,000 a year income, or $25 an hour, and you don't have any outstanding debt like student loans or cars or anything. You are an asset to the bank. Now, this is picture perfect. This is exactly what the bank wants to see on paper. Okay, you're worth $50,000. They can go back, say 2020, and see, okay, boom, you made $50,000 a year. Now you're ready to play the game of life, because once you're worth $50,000 a year, now you're able to start acquiring assets. You're able to leverage who you are, you plus your job or income stream. It doesn't necessarily be a job, but a minimum of $50,000 a year per year cash flow. You become an asset to the bank. Now, whether you get your paycheck and you just pay bills with it, or you get your paycheck and start buying real estate with it. So these are the 3 keys. Like I said, it's you, number 1, with some sort of cash flow or revenue, or cash. You plus cash are worth something to the bank now. Okay, so we talked a little bit about this, you plus income plus the bank. Now, every time we see this plus, it means a relationship. So you being, let's just use the variable U, and the income being Y is a relationship. Depending on what you do, this income Y does something different. So if you take all of Y, which is this income, and go have drinks every Friday or live in your mom's basement, it does nothing. So what we teach in my channel is how to leverage your income plus you. And now we're talking about the bank. So what you want to do, you plus your income plus the bank, is create a solid relationship. You want this income to look picture perfect to the bank. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm just going to use a flat number because it's easy that way. You want that relationship to the bank to be, let's say, for example, $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month goes in and you take out $500 a month. That's what you want the banking relationship to be. People talk about this all the time, financial independence and all this, but this is how this starts. The bank has more than your income. So if you got 50,000, the bank's got 10 times that, let's say $500,000. So what you want to do is create a positive relationship between you and the bank, but between when they see this come in, it doesn't go immediately out. So if they see $1,000 come in between paychecks, they only want to see 500 go back out. That's how you create a positive relationship with the bank. Also, if you can have frequent deposits. So like example, if you have a side hustle, and let's just say you do Uber or something and it's $50 a week or $100 a week, and you're depositing that into the bank. Now that creates a second income stream, but also that creates a tighter relationship with the banking institution. Now, when I say banking institution, that could be a financial institution, it could be a credit union, it could be a co-op, it could be a number of different institutions, but that handle your banking or personal needs of your income. So every time you deposit money in the bank, and then you have a slow withdrawal, the bank starts to look at you in positive perspective. So this plus is a relationship, and this plus to you and your income's plus. So now we've got three variables here. We've got U, Y, and X. So U, Y, and X. So after you've developed this good relationship with the bank and with your income to show that you know how to save money and that you actually know how to grow some money, maybe you put some in a IRA CD, that bank looks at that positive too. It may give you, let's say your savings account gives you 1.5%, a CD might give you 2.5% annual. So the bank, once the bank sees that, okay, the next step comes, which if you want to buy real estate, you need a coach. You need somebody with experience. So that is my second key. You need somebody with experience on your team. So after you've built the relationship with the bank and you have a solid income, you need a coach to say, what do I do next? And that coach could be me, it could be your dad, could be your grandpa. This person is going to tell you how to acquire your next asset. See, you've developed this asset. It's you and your income, and the bank is seeing it. On paper, the bank is looking at you like, wow, okay, you got solid income and you got good cash flows. The bank looks at you as an asset. And the job of the coach is just to make sure that you follow those guidelines, right? So coach tells you, hey, I need you to have a 50% spend rate. So whatever you bring in, I need you to spend only 50% of that. right? So coach sees you doing it, sees you struggling. He says, keep going, because there's a bigger reward at the end. So this is the coach is whispering in your ear, how do you get that real estate that you want? He said, how do you get that property that you want to rent out, where you could make additional $20,000 a year? And when you run too far too fast, he blows the whistle. So this is the relationship between you and the coach who has, let's just say, 20 years experience. He has gray hair. He's got all this experience, and he's telling you, okay, slow down, or speed up. And so this is what it takes. One of the keys is to have somebody on your team with experience and show you the ropes. Again, how to keep that relationship right with the bank, how to build up this income, whether or not you need a side hustle or not. The coach is there, So next thing the coach is going to tell you is your dream. How bad do you want your dream? Your coach is going to look at you. He's going to look at what, is going in and out of your bank account. He's going to say, how bad do you want your dream? And you're going to smile. You say, I want my dream. I want my dream. And so the coach continues to press on and, knows where you're good at, and he knows where you're weak at. So the coach says, keep pressing. You write down all your dreams. Give it all you got, all your dreams. I need you flushing cash into your savings account. I need you flushing cash into your IRA. I need you flushing cash into your brokerage account. I need you flushing cash into any other type of asset. I need you paying off your debts. If you have any debts, I need you paying them off in cash. I need you to get that side hustle up. I need you to do whatever it takes to create an asset. That might, that might be, Uber again, might be delivering pizzas, whatever it is. I need you to increase your income and increase your reputation with the bank. So the next thing we have is the dream. So this is whether or not you just want one single vacation property. See, I think you have a boat here. You have a couple palm trees. You have another boat, and you have a beautiful deck sitting on the water somewhere in Florida. I mean, this is beautiful. Now, in the other vision you could have is you want to develop a neighborhood. You want to get enough funding from the bank to purchase a neighborhood. And you say that you have this tract of land, and this tract of land, and you want to put houses on. So you want to develop a residential neighborhood. So you tell the coach, okay, this is my dream. My dream, number one, is to develop a residential neighborhood. And number two, my dream is to acquire a vacation or rental property that can then Airbnb. All right, so here's this third key. As I mentioned earlier, is the bank opens many doors. Again, we talked about real estate for Airbnb, vacation home, or developing for residential homes that you want to build $200,000 homes on, and the bank is going to do that, but only if you have excellent credit. So now these days, excellent credit is 750. We gonna say 740, but 740 to 780, somewhere in that range, is an excellent relationship with the bank. This credit that you have with 740 or above FICO score is going to give you the right relationship with the bank. And once you have the right relationship with the bank, that means your credit is excellent. On paper, your coach is telling you your finances look correct. You have the experience of the coach to tell you exactly what you'll need to do. You can buy a $250,000 home, right? Okay, so the reason why I put this here is $250,000 because this is the, I think this is the minimum cost of a house in America at $250,000. So that's what the basic coach might teach you, Dave Ramsey. But I'm here to tell you, you can leverage your asset, your relationship with the bank, your time of making deposits, your time of making deposits in the savings account, or your time building up your brokerage account, or your time building up your IRA, you can leverage that to get $1 million to $2 million in funding. Now, you may think that's impossible, but it's not. So we talked about experience. And how would you get $1 million in funding or $2 million in funding almost out of thin air? Well, it's all about the experience of the people on your team. I'm going to go back 3 slides. This development here is a 5-6 step process. Now, most people talk about construction loans, but they don't understand. Let's just say this is a first phase, and this is a second phase, and this is a third phase. The bank will do this first phase with you with a complete business plan. If you have a business plan of building, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 houses, right? This business plan, if each one of these houses is $200,000, is a $2 million deal. Now, what does the bank typically want for a $2 million deal? They want a plan. That's all they want, is a plan, and they want some cash. So let's just say for a typical $2 million deal, the bank may want $250,000 down. Let's just say 10% down. So you got the land, and you have a plan to develop houses on the land. So what the bank does is say, okay, show me these 10 houses. Show me a contract for these 10 houses. So you go out, you put a for sale plot sign for each one of these 10 houses, and you tell the people that you've have these homes written up. You had an architect draw you some homes, and you sold these plots. So each one of these plots you could sell. Let's just say each plot is worth $50,000. So what you do is take each one of those $50,000 contract that each one of these people put down for these $250,000 homes, or $300,000, whatever you decide. After you've sold these 10 contracts, you can take that money and go negotiate to the bank to get started building these 10 properties. And upon completing these first 10 properties, the bank will give you another line of credit matching this first phase, and help you build these next 10 properties. So if they give you, let's just say, $2 million to build these first 10 properties, right? They'll be willing to give you, once these are all complete, they'll be willing to give you another $200,000, $2 million to build these next 10 homes. And as these ones are completed, instead of these homes being worth here 200,000, these homes here will be worth 250,000. And as you complete these second phase of homes, the bank will give you another line of credit or construction loan to complete these last 10 houses. So these last 10 houses may be worth $280,000. So basically the bank stair steps it. So they give you enough to get started to complete the first phase, because you've got these 10 contracts for these 10 plots of land to say that somebody wants to build a $200,000 house on that square footage of land, or it could be a half an acre, just depending on, I think most lots now are like a half an acre, a quarter of an acre. Once you have that signed contract, you take those 10 pieces of paper to the bank, they give you a construction loan to develop the next 10. And once they complete that, the bank will give you another construction loan to complete the next 10 homes. And that's how that works. Basically, as you sell the contracts, the 10 contracts, you can then go back to the bank and get financing to build the next phase after these first 10 are complete. Then you repeat the process and get financing for the next 10. And finally, you get financing for the last 10. So that's how quick it is. You can get up to, $2 million for developing a neighborhood. And this was just a quick video how you can get 1 million to 2 million in funding for your next real estate deal. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, share, and see you on the next video.